Chat series, we have a post-show winner for you. It is Sam Gonzalez for the Warrior Championship event. Tell me, Sam, how'd you do at the event?
Well, I did musical, creative, extreme, and traditional.
Hmm.
Won 5 of 6, losing extreme forms because I just had good competition.
Great.
Then went up to overall weapons grands, won that, and went up to do overall forms grands and won that.
Congrats. Wow. Almost a clean sweep.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you won both of your grands. So congratulations. How was the event overall?
Well, Tariq Brown, incredible person. He used to be a competitor in his own right, so he understands how the competitor feels. So, as someone who does 8+ divisions every event, he looks out for the competitor and is like, Sam, do you want to break? Okay, we're going to put 14, 17 first. Sam, do you want to break? All right, 13 or 12, 13 first. So, he looks out for the competitors, and I appreciate that 100%.
That's great. It's really difficult to run back-to-back events and, keep the same caliber up. So even just one division before you is helpful to catch your breath.
Yeah.
Now, tell me a little bit more. You alluded to good competition. How was the turnout?
So, there wasn't many in each division per se, so you have like one or two, maybe three, four. But
Mhm.
within those small groups, you have top level competition. Even with that being said, you would bring up Aiden McCarthy, for instance. He's 16 years old, yet he got bumped up to the 18 plus extreme division, and he beat me.
Oh, wow.
I love Aiden McCarthy. He's from Florida Sport Martial Arts. I love this guy. Watch him growing up, and on the day he just beat me. So I love to see him grow, and I want him to continue into the adult division.
Cool. How does that work? Just because, because there was nobody there, he could bump up to 18 plus?
Yeah, he didn't have anybody for his extreme division. I didn't have anybody. So Tariq asked me if I'm okay with it, and I'm 100% okay with competition. That's why
Yeah.
we all compete. That's why we show up to perform at the end of the day to just grow better in this sport.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about, did you have any students there or did you judge at all? I mean, you probably don't have a lot of time to do much else besides compete.
No, I did a lot, honestly. So I coached anybody who wanted to listen to me, honestly, because I'm just there to help. Um, the first day, I just coached my sister. She was fighting continuous. She won her division,
Right.
eventually winning point sparring women's grands. Um, I had two other teammates. No, one other teammate show up. Arya Jones. She ended up winning, I believe, weapons grands. I believe she won grands. All I know is that. But she's a good fighter, good form, weapons competitor. Um, and I just support anybody who wants to listen. So like Florida Sport Martial Arts, I was their cheerleader the entire time.
That's great. That's great. I mean, you're such a staple in the community and the family down there. So I'm sure it's also very welcome. Now, any feedback for Tariq?
um, maybe just uh, I don't know. The promotion was there. I feel like if we were to reach out to more people outside of the state to bring in more people, because it's not a new tournament, but I guess people were just scared and timid because it correlated on the same day as the tournament in Miami that was
Mhm.
giving out 15K the next day. So this tournament ran November 15, 16. The Miami tournament was 16, 17.
Okay. So yeah, just a little bit, just finding ways to draw in
Mhm.
more people a bit more, whether
Yeah,
that's through scheduling or promotion, just to draw some more people. It's tough. I feel like there are only 52 weeks in a year,
yeah.
and there are so many events in Florida. You are so active on the scene. Um, Tell me this from your perspective. I know all promoters are like, we need to have more events. We want to see more. As a competitor, do you feel like you need more events?
I feel like we need to collaborate on more events. So the way I see things is you can go out and compete at the same regional events, like same circuits. I don't want to name anybody, call anybody out,
Sure.
but at the end of the day, you're going to be competing against the same three people.
Hmm.
especially in the adult division where not many people tend to go out. It's
Hmm.
very tough to find new competition. If you were to have these smaller regional leagues combined in a effort to grow the sport, it will benefit not only the competitor but their tournaments at the end of the day, bringing more people for everyone all around.
Hmm. Rather than like some fragmentation that you've got going on.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
cool. I think that's valuable. I think that's valuable advice, valuable perspective, that maybe, people will take and take into consideration.
And
Um,
at the end of the day, sorry to interrupt. At the end of the
okay.
day, half the rules that we do in Florida across all regional leagues are pretty much the same, with minor tweaks here and there. It's just a matter of preference and getting over the line of deciding what to do and what not to do.
Okay. Yeah, right. So it wouldn't be that difficult for people to consolidate, collaborate, partner up. Nice. Now, turning to you a little bit more, I feel like, every time I have you on the Power Chat series, you have a sweep of all your divisions, but what I love is that you take the time to bring home your trophies even though you've been competing for so long and in so many divisions. What is it that makes you do that?
So honestly, I give out a lot of my trophies to like whatever kids just say hi to me. I remember I won my first ever adult grands at IMAF either 2018, 2019 to this random girl who I'd never met before. She said hi to me. She's like, "You're the kid who competed on stage." I was like, "Look over there." I took the ring I won, put it in her pocket, and I ran away. Like just
Wow.
doing that, I do because I I don't want to be that guy, but winning trophies is meaningless. It's just the memories you make,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Because this is all from the past 4 to 5 weeks. Because I've had from Battle of Camden all the way up until yesterday at K Talk or
Oh,
2 days ago at K Talk.
you traveled to South Carolina for Camden. That was a Point Fighter Live approved event
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, I
Cool.
so in order I went Camden, Daytona, Battle of Daytona. It was two tournaments in one
Yeah.
weekend. Then we had Legend Cup, Warrior Championships, and K Talk.
Cool, cool. Okay. Now, so you like to give them out to people. I mean, you're more selfless than I because I feel like, and when I had my first overall grands, like I'm not giving that to anybody, like I'm so sentimental about it, but it's really nice that that's like a true testament to the reason you're doing this. It's not for the awards necessarily. So,
And the way I say it, it's like a motivation as well, because like I won it one year, but that doesn't mean I'm going to win it next year. If I don't have
yeah.
it now, I can win it. I can try to win it next year and the year
Yeah.
after,
Something
whatever.
to keep chasing. You can't get
Yeah,
complacent.
exactly.
Great. Okay. Well, what else? So, yes, you have a new announcement to share personally. I'm happy to help you do that on this platform. Exciting news when it comes to your team. Now, for anyone who doesn't really know like the sport karate scene, having a team, having a name on your back, is something people strive to do, but also they want to be part of a good team, one that supports them, and that could look different for everybody. Does so, Sam, you're going to be joining a new team, new to the circuit. Tell me more about it.
So first and foremost, I want to give a big thank you to both Diego Hernandez and Ramon Fernandez for giving me the opportunity to be on Team Ryoshi International. They were based out in Puerto Rico, and we had many schools around Argentina, Chile,
Mhm.
Puerto Rico, and Florida. And I just want to give my 100% gratitude towards them for giving me the opportunity to grow as a martial artist these past 3 years. So thank you guys. Um, the news is I will be joining Daryl Carter's Immortal Karate team next season, and yeah, I'm gonna be heading off to the Carolinas to be taking on the TCT circuit, still continuing the USA Sport Karate circuit, as well as taking on a couple of NASCA tournaments as well.
That's great. And, I feel like you already are, have competed across the country and more, but uh, to take your talents with a more intentional way to North Carolina, that's
Mhm.
great. Are you excited to do TCT? What have you heard from it? I know Battle of Camden was TCT.
So I did TCT a couple times between this year and last year, and the competition is way different. That was one of my motivating factors to move on between teams, is because at the end of the day, like I was mentioning prior, here in Florida, yes, there's a lot of competition, but there's only
Mm-hmm.
so much competition you can meet.
Right.
So having the opportunity to go out of my way and travel up north, especially on the East Coast, when it comes to Georgia, Carolinas,
Mm-hmm.
um, it just motivates me to be better as a martial artist.
Yeah, so something new, something to just like keep you on your toes.
Mhm.
And are you still fighting?
Yes.
Okay, so
um,
even they have some good fighters too in North
yeah.
Carolina as well.
And that was another reason why I wanted to join Daryl, because if you know Daryl from his days at Army Strong, him in G3, he's just a good fighter and a good person. I have
Mhm.
100% respect for what he does, both in and outside of the mat, and he's just like a uncle to me. I love it.
Yeah, that's great to just surround yourself with with those people and have them in your corner. Yeah, so that's a huge congratulations. I'm excited. Have they announced other people who are also on the team that you'll be with?
From Florida, I can name you the Florida team because
Yeah.
I know most of them, but
Okay.
outside of them, I don't know. I'm sorry.
You'll It's a good opportunity to meet new people.
Yeah. So from Florida, we have Addison Shooker, Shaylin Shooker, two girls who are just incredible at fighting.
Hmm.
Um, Addison is getting back into forms with me, so we're gonna coach her up to do trad forms starting next
Nice.
season. As well as Camden Lehman out
Okay.
from Orlando, Florida, and Emily. I don't know how to say her last name, but Emily from Miami, also a good fighter, and I believe that's the five. Oh, Christopher Bryant Burns, I forget.
Hmm.
Um, he's very good at trad kata as well as kumite sparring. So we have a good group of talent coming from Florida.
Cool, cool. Well, congratulations. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
your win. I should say plural wins at the Warrior Championship. Is there anything else that you wanted to say about the event for maybe people who hadn't gone?
You missed out. They're paying out a lot of money, and people missed out because they saw an opportunity to win in Miami, but it the way I saw it was Saturday, November 16th was Warrior Championships finals. Miami had black belts only compete on Sunday, the day after. The way I
Did
see
you
it
do
is you couldn't.
both?
No,
Okay.
November 17th, I had my birthday and I was
Oh,
scheduled to work at my
okay.
university, so
Oh, yeah.
couldn't go.
That would have been busy, but the way you see it is if you hadn't
Yeah,
had four other obligations, you could have
yeah,
done both.
yeah.
Oh.
And all due respect to all those guys who went out and competed, like Haley Glass,
Mhm.
Alex Manchias, Rashad, Luca, Diego, especially. All of
I'll be
them,
interviewing Diego on Friday.
all of them did incredible as always. Like they brought their talent from NASCA into that
Nice.
event. I hope that next year, if the schedules don't conflict, that we can see some of them pop up at this event next year.
That would be great. Well, Sam, thanks so much for coming on the Power Chat series. Always a pleasure to have you on here.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be on.